Welcome to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm your host, Joy Taylor. On today's show, has Steph Curry been hurting the Warriors against the Rockets? Plus, Michael Rapaport joins the show to discuss LeBron and the Cavs falling to an 0-2 hole. And has the Cowboys' offseason been a major failure? Skip, Shannon, let's get to it. Steph Curry struggled in the Warriors' loss last night. He was just 1 for 8 from 3 and got exposed on the defensive end. Curry has been targeted on more isolation plays in the first 2 games of the series than in any game in the past 4 years. Let's take a listen to Steve Kerr and Steph after the game.
We were trying to be too cute with our exchanges and our switches and all that stuff instead of just manning up playing one-on-one defense. Whether they score or not, as hard as we're working on the defensive end, they're working that as hard on the offensive end to get shots up. So that was the difference between game 1 and game 2. They made a asserted effort to turn those one-on-one situations into a little bit more ball movement, and we were just a step slow, myself included.
It wasn't Steph's best night. He struggled 1 for 8 from the three-point line. Slow start for him. I thought in the second half he got a few things going. I'm not worried about Steph. He's the kind of competitor and player who will bounce back from a tough night, but it's just one of those nights.
We're joined by FS1 NBA analyst Jim Jackson. Welcome, Jim. Good morning.
What's up?
How much blame does Steph deserve for the loss?
I don't think it's so much Steph. I think you got to give a lot of credit to the Rockets. I mean, if you take a page out of what Cleveland did with Steph, I think a couple years ago when Cleveland was able to get over the top and win it, they were very physical with Steph.
They were.
Not only on the ball, I think what's more important when you're playing defense is how do you guard a guy off the ball before he gets it?
Right.
And they're very physical with Steph, and now when he catches it, now he's 25 feet out, and he has to really try to beat you off the dribble.
Right.
They're bodying up. And I think the officials are doing a great job, too, of just letting guys play.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think it's so much Steph not being Steph in regards to his play. Now, he's struggling with a shot, of course, not able to get a lot of separation, but it's what Houston is doing to Steph to frustrate him a little bit more and being more physical. So that's what I think it is.
But Skip, he's always been a defensive liability.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
not what he's not an on-the-ball defender. He's not a Chris Paul. He's not a Patrick Beverly type point guard. So what they do, they play great help team defense. And as he mentioned, he says some of our rotations were slower. We got a little careless and all that. But in order to any great offensive player, what you got to do is make him work on the defensive end.
Big time.
And that's why they keep putting him in these pick and rolls. They want him to guard. They want to take some of that zap out of those legs, so those 30-footers that be splashing in the first quarter, they're not doing that late in the third and the fourth quarter. And and plus, we got to factor in, he was away from the game for 5 weeks, Skip. He basically was out 5 weeks. He missed the first round, and then he comes back. So basically, he's trying to get a rhythm. He's a rhythm shooter. And the good thing for Houston, he doesn't have that rhythm yet. You just hope he better not get it in games 3 and 4.
Yep.
Because it'll be over and you'll be going back home 3-1. But Skip, it's not all him. Kevin Durant, had 1 assist in 2 games.
Yeah.
He had one more assist than me, and I ain't left my couch. So, and it's his job, it's also his job as the best player on that team to get Steph going and, and to help out. Get some of those rebounds, too, because Draymond can't get all the rebounds.
You're on your defensive point. You know what's different, though? In this Houston series, unlike other teams that Golden State had to play, you got 3 or 4 guys when they switch can go at Steph.
Yeah,
Other teams really don't have that on the perimeter, are creative enough that if Steph gets switched off, that you can get bailed out. Houston, you got 3 guys that can go right at Steph.
So before I answer, because you take another shot at
I
Kevin
ain't
Durant,
taking no shot at nobody,
I'm going to
Skip.
take a return shot because if you want to talk defensive liability,
go.
let's talk LeBron
LeBron,
James.
I knew that
He's
was
the biggest defensive liability in the whole playoffs, bar none. He's plummeted to 74th in defensive win shares. It's by far the worst of his career. Next question. Now, you started it. I finished.
He couldn't help it. I thought we were talking about Steph in Houston.
Okay, I'm going to talk about Steph in the
Okay.
big picture and the little picture. Do you guys realize that this 2-time MVP has never lived up in the postseason to his regular seasons? He just routinely has been, just do PER, and I won't go into the gory detail of it, but his PERs are routinely down in the postseason. And by the way, he's won 2 rings, and in those 2 finals, he was not the MVP. Obviously, Iguodala
But he did play good last. Give him credit, Skip.
Okay,
last year in the
all right,
finals,
all
he
right.
played
Okay,
unbelievable.
Okay,
Close to
I
triple-double.
won't go unbelievable. He played well. He played close to his But hey, when your guy broke through from 3-1 down, he was horrible. Because I looked it up in games 5, 6, and especially game 7. He was 4 of 14 from 3 in game 7, and he had 4 turnovers, 4 and 4 in 5, 6, and 7. He wasn't very good, and he became a defensive liability. Now let's go little picture. I'm still convinced he's not 100% healthy, and Houston knows it, and they are taking advantage of it, because you know what happens when you have a grade 2 MCL sprain on any sort of side-to-side movement that you can't control. It can bite you, right? Because it's probably not 100%. I'm guessing, because I don't know. But if you put him in the pick and rolls and you side-to-side him, well, as you know, defending, you can't predict where you have to go. On offense, you can control your own movement a little bit so you can be a little more effective on the offensive end. But on defense, I'll bet it's nipping at him. It's just he's side-to-side. He's trying to go here. He's trying to go there. And these guys, last night, they were moving the basketball, and he was having a hard time staying in front of everybody. I thought he fought hard. I thought he gave high energy on defense, but they are attacking him, trying to put him in pick and roll and isolation, and I'm just convinced he does. It's looking like 2016 all over again when he missed 6 of the first 8 games with, I think it's the very same injury. Okay, so that bodes well for your guy. If your guy can survive Boston, maybe you got a chance this time. Maybe Steph won't quite be that guy.
Well, are you going to count on Clay doing what he did? Because if Clay is more like game 1, he didn't play particularly well yesterday. And Clay is an elite defender. But Houston, the Rockets have 2 of the best pick and roll guys in all of the NBA, Chris Paul and James Harden. That's what they do very well. And so now this is the matchup we want. We want we want Steph having to guard James Harden up top or Chris Paul. And Chris Paul is just breaking him down. So what are they going to do?
But if you tell me that P.J. Tucker's going to make 5 threes every game from here on?
Yeah, but here's the difference. Let's go back to Steph real quick. We can't – I don't want to use the excuse about Steph being hurt or not 100% because we didn't use it in the Pelican series when he played well. So just forget about that.
Yes.
Leave that alone. What Houston has done, especially last night, I was just looking at some numbers here. Wide open three-point shots, 13 in game 1, 14 in game 2. Not a big difference.
Right.
Assists off of made field goals, 46 in game 1, 51 in game 2. Not a big difference. But the big difference was the quick decisions Houston made. When the ball got swung around the court, now guys were going off the dribble and they were attacking Golden State quick. So it looked like Golden State, and you said it, Shannon, were a step behind. And isn't that what Golden State does to a lot of teams?
Yes.
So last night, Houston made the adjustment of, okay, as soon as I get the ball and it swings, I'm going to attack. It may be one-on-one, but I'm going to make a quicker decision and force Golden State to now have to guard because they have the bodies that can do it. And I thought Houston's offensive game plan and willingness to move the ball in their bodies opened up opportunities for them.
That's what makes the Hampton 5 lineup so dangerous. Iggy can play D. Draymond can play D. Kevin Durant is 7 foot tall, can play D. Clay can play D. So really the only guy that's not known as a defender is Steph.
Yep.
But you can hide that because you got 4 other elite level defenders out there that's so long and so athletic. But when you get him one-on-one, you get him isolated, you get him away from the pack. That's what you got to do. That's what, when they hunt, what animals do. They try to get the weak one from the pack, and we take advantage of you, Skip.
Okay.
Like me.
I hear all that.
I get you away from everybody else, and I take advantage of you. Isolate you.
You sit in the hottest seat in sports media, sitting across from
I do.
You know? Look, I hate to reduce the game of pro basketball to a 3-point shooting contest, but it just often comes right down to that.
Yes.
Even with your Cavaliers,
Yes.
they need to make 15 threes from somebody.
Yep.
Either LeBron's going to have a hot hand, or you need 3 other guys to have hot hands. And in this case last night, 2 guys, Eric Gordon, you anticipate, but he made 6, but P.J. Tucker made 5 threes. So all of a sudden, they make 16 threes, and Golden State, unusually, Steph is 1 for 8, and then I don't know what happened to Clay. He only took 4, but he made 2. So when they only make 3 threes with those 2 guys, you got a chance. Because what shuts up the away crowd faster than anything, it's Steph making 3 after 3. When he makes 7 or 8 threes, it just shuts down the home crowd. And look at the score. So it's 16 threes to 9 threes. Okay, so that's 7 times 3, that's 21 points, and that's just about exactly the difference in the score, right?
Yeah.
So I know when my Spurs are playing Golden State, I just hope and pray that Steph and Clay are going to go cold for no apparent reason.
Yes.
You can get hands in their face or not, but if they don't make threes, you got a shot.
Got a shot.
All right? And they had a shot, and they took their shot, and they made their threes last night. And if your Cavaliers make a bunch of threes against Boston, you'll be just fine in games 3 and 4.
So moving forward, do you believe P.J. Tucker, Ariza, and Gordon will be 12 of 18?
Yeah, especially on the road.
Yeah.
No.
Especially on the road.
Especially P.J.
Yeah,
Tucker.
if you-
That was all-time career
Now,
night.
he is good in the short porches. Now, in the corners, he's very good. He loves to spot up in those corners. So if you tell me they're going to be somewhere around this, we might have a series that can get to 7 games. But if not, I just don't believe Steph Curry will continue to struggle with his shot like he's
Look
been
for a
struggling
couple
with it.
good games for
Yeah.
Steph at home.
Does anybody sitting at this table believe that Houston can win a single game at Golden State? A single game? I'm a no.
I say they win game. I can say that if they want to win
No.
game 4. Game 4 will be the game.
Well, you going to bet on it?
Don't fall in the trap, Shannon.
Yep.
Yeah?
We're going to put something on it? Let's put something on it.
Give me
Some of that hen dog.
Give me okay.
Really simple
Bet.
little hen
Run it.
dog.
Got it.
Got it.
You got hen
He
dog
got
on
hen
it?
Yeah,
dog.
because he has plenty.
That's what I'm saying. It's free.
It's
I'ma
free.
have more.
He playing with
It's
house
free
money.
and not one
He
bottle
playing
isn't
with house
open.
money.
I'm gonna
Exactly.
have more.
Do I get a non-alcoholic beverage on this?
No.
No?
We got Sprite coming up on our bet.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I'll take would you say 5?
5 points.
I'll take 5.
You gonna give me 5 in
Yeah,
game 4?
I'll give you 5.
In game 4. Mm-hmm. Okay.
5 points. You
Yep.
got it. Deal. All right. Way to go. Thank you.
Thanks for joining. Hey guys, it's Joy Taylor. Before the show moves along, I wanted to talk to you about Buffalo Wild Wings. This time of year brings us 2 things, graduations and Father's Day, and the gifts that go along with them. Before you buy Dad another tie or that grad a balloon that will probably float away, ask yourself this. Does my dad or grad like wings or sports, or better yet, both? If the answer is yes, then get them a Buffalo Wild Wings gift card. Right now, if you purchase $30 worth or more in-store or online, they'll give you a $5 bonus to keep for yourself. That's a gift that gives back. How generous of you. Buffalo Wild Wings, wings, beer, sports. Terms and conditions apply. Now back to the show.
No mercy.
LeBron and the Cavs are down 0-2 in the Eastern Conference Finals, but the series shifts to Cleveland for Game 3 on Saturday. The Celtics have won the first 2 games by double digits, but after the loss on Tuesday, LeBron said he's, quote, not going to lose sleep over it. We're joined now by a friend of the show and host of the I Am Rapaport Stereo podcast, Michael Rapaport. Welcome back.
How are you, Michael?
Glad to be here.
Been too long.
Keying about.
Glad to be here.
Yeah,
Excited
this
to
is
be.
it.
This is a perfect day for me to
It
be
is.
here.
I would agree. This is a big moment for you in your career. You really
Big moment for me in my
Come back
career.
Monday.
Talk about not sleeping
Come
last
back
night.
Monday.
I don't need to come back Monday. You know what I'm going to come back Monday to? I brought you a gift. I brought you a gift. Start cleaning it up, my man. This is for you. It's signed, signatured, customized for you. Start cleaning up now. Tidy up
Get
the
that
joint.
bull, get that
now.
bull out of here.
Clean it up. Keep it right there. Bring to because that's gonna be there when you lose sleep. When the party,
Wait, are you predicting a
How
sweep?
much trouble are the Cavs in?
they're in an enormous amount of trouble. Okay, and as fantastic, and as great, and as all the adjectives,
Goatish.
adverbs, goatish as he was in the first round, and the scaredy cat Toronto Raptors in the second round. The party is over because my Boston Celtics.
Yours?
Yeah.
When did they become yours?
I'm renting them. I'm renting them for
No,
the next.
Nick's your team.
Yeah, Nick's my team, but for right now, my Boston Celtics are going to shut down your guy, and he's going to be leaving in the darkness of the night, coming to Los Angeles. Get the packing supplies, get the moving supplies, get the trucks. The party's over.
They're gonna shut him down like game 2?
They're gonna shut him. He could score 75 points. Go for 100. Break all the records you want. You're so great. You decimated the team. You're so great. You got rid of David Blatt. You're so great. You make all these decisions. You're so great. You got guys coming in wearing matching suits.
Tom
You're so
Brown.
you're such a mastermind. You're so smart. You're so this. You're so that. You're so this. You're so that. The party is over, and it's his fault. I don't care about the 50-piece. Go for a 50-piece. He made the entire NBA change the schedule. We need rest days. We need rest days. Oh, so what am I going to do? I'm going to play all 82 games. We need rest days. We need rest days. I'm going to go put everything in the first round. We need rest days. We're going to sweep through Toronto. I mean, how many more excuses do
You
we
gotta
need?
get that out your heart.
Well, there's no doubt. Listen, I said he was great. You got me on videotape saying I did it.
What did you say?
I said he was great. He was fantastic.
What else you say?
I said he may or may not have a better longevity of a career
No,
than
that
Michael.
ain't what you said.
I it doesn't matter. The point is that the party is over. This never happened to Michael Jordan. And I'm going to tell you something about your guy, who I call Glassjaw James, who's been quoted as saying, I'm a football player.
Yeah.
I'm 269 pounds. 269 pounds. Have you ever seen a guy, I haven't seen figure skaters. Tanya Harding didn't go to the locker room as much as LeBron James.
Stop it.
Every 2 seconds is a cheer.
The man took one flush on the chin, Michael.
Yeah, you're a football player. That would have nothing to you.
Yeah.
That was like first down and 10.
Trust me, I got one flush on the chin, and I don't remember anything else after that. But that's here or there. All the Celtics did was hold serve at home. They did what they
This
were.
ain't the 80s. In the 80s, that happened.
They held serve at home. We know, we've seen this team throughout the playoffs. They average 15 fewer points on the road than they do at home. So this is what we know. 110 at home, 95 on the road. They're 1-4 on the road. Now, Kevin Love and LeBron, I expect them to continue doing what they do.
Glad you said Kevin Love's name, because you're acting like he's playing by himself out there. This is the first time he said his name all day.
No, actually, what did you see him in the Indy series?
Who cares?
Okay.
Your guy did it. Your guy did it.
Okay.
He doesn't make other people feel good about themselves. Maybe Kevin Love was like, do it by yourself, tough guy.
I can't make you feel good about yourself. I can't.
Jordan did.
Go look at no.
Jordan did.
Look in the mirror.
I look fantastic.
Yeah, exactly. Skip, since they lost that opening game to Indiana, they won 5 straight at home. I expect that crowd at the Q going to be bonkers. LeBron James going to come out there. He's going to get his thing going early. He's going to get everybody else involved, and we're going to run away and hide, and I'm going to be,
On that hen.
No, I ain't going to be on that here. I'm saving this for Monday.
He's going to be on that run because he's not even going to come in.
Oh, I'm coming in because I ordered something special. Special for you.
Oh, something
And
special.
you.
You keep talking about that special.
You
You
see-
haven't been able to unveil
I know, I
it
haven't
because
been
he
able
won't
to-
let you.
No, he going to let me this week.
No.
Because I had to talk to
So,
him.
Michael Rapaport, I love the direction you're going. I need you to finish it off with a prediction. The Celtics will win in what?
5.
5?
Yeah, they're going to win in 5 in Boston. My Celtics will win in Boston.
How exactly did they become your Celtics?
I'm renting them, short-term rental.
Because he hate LeBron.
Yeah.
He reminded you that guy and do the right thing.
Yeah.
The one that riding the bicycle, he had the Larry Bird jersey on. That's him right there. That was you.
For this week.
No.
For this week. Listen, it's tough for me. This is how much I want to see your guy go down.
Why?
As a New York Knicks, because I don't like all the theatrics. I don't like the drama. I don't like the baby. I don't like any of it. I don't like any of it.
Well,
Your
what
guy
did-
is soft
But you want him with
also.
the Knicks.
No, I don't. We don't want him. He ain't ready for those bright lights and that big city and the greatness
Don't
of
do that.
David Fisdale. And your guy, and all this David, this LeBron James and Michael Jordan stuff. Like, your guy is so tough. What would he have done with all that hand checking and that pushing and those Anthony Mason?
You adjust to the times in which you play in.
Yeah,
baby,
right.
Michael Rapaport, the last time LeBron visited Madison Square Garden, he wore sneakers that said, I'm king. Remember those? I'm king.
Yeah.
And he showed why.
Okay.
It means nothing.
So-
It don't mean a thing if you ain't got those rings. It don't mean a thing.
He got 3 of them.
It means nothing. Those
missed out on
things are
5 of
dusty.
them.
He needs to keep them things polished. They're old. That thing's of the past.
So, Michael Rapaport, for once you are spitting truth from
Yes,
that seat.
yes.
Because I loved where you're going about going to the locker room inexplicably, because let's go back to Game 7 against Indiana. A minute left in the third quarter.
does that?
I don't know what happened. I still don't
Tanya
know.
Harding.
He was
Tanya
starting
Harding.
to cramp.
He said he was cramping, but he wasn't limping.
No other
He wasn't
player.
grimacing.
Why?
I don't know.
Why
What
is
happened?
he wanted everybody. He got to play 82 games. They changed the schedule because LeBron, Glassjaw LeBron, wanted the schedule change. He wanted more rest, and he's still cramping. Why is he the only player that happens to?
I don't know.
Why is he the only player who could go for 15 years?
Because he's 6'9", 260 pounds, and name the guy that's 6'9", 250 or more that has the
Is
responsibility.
he 250 or 260? I mean, he just
260.
lost 10 pounds
I
in
give him
5
260.
seconds.
I give him 260.
I want that diet.
259.
Why was he the only player in Game 1 of the 2014 Finals in San Antonio who cramped?
It
I
was
don't
hot.
know why.
I was hot at watching the game.
Okay, but
Because they cut the air conditioner off. Skip and them did that on purpose.
maybe we did, but the point is...
maybe we did, huh?
Maybe we did, but nobody else cramped.
Nobody else cramped.
cramped,
Skip.
except 6'9", 260. He
260.
knows how to hydrate. Doesn't he know all the nutrition?
Doesn't he have like a sponsorship from a drink, some sort of hydration
Let me ask
drink?
you a question. If you and I were to expend the same, if I'm a little heavier than you are. I don't know. I could be.
Yeah,
but
you are.
I'm gonna say just for the sake of this conversation, I am. Do you think I'm more apt to cramp than you?
Listen, do I look like a scientist? I'm hanging on for dear life doing what I'm doing. You're asking
I
me
don't
scientific-
think you are. I don't. I
do.
think it's just pure hydration.
I hydrate.
I've seen 110-pound marathon runners just cramp like crazy because they didn't drink enough water.
Skip, you know what I think you should do? You know what I think you should do?
What?
I think that you should insist that next week, when LeBron James is out of the playoffs, everybody come dressed up the same. For fake camaraderie, to show that you guys are on the
We
same
together.
fake. No, they're not. You're not together. You're over there and nuts. Okay, and I'm over here with give me right here with my guy Skip.
Whatever.
Okay.
Both of y'all, guess what?
Wait,
I want
is
both
that
of you
one of those suits?
Why
That
isn't he
looks like
wearing?
it.
Why aren't they wearing the same suits in this series?
They did.
They did. They're wearing.
Oh my God, they are.
Yeah.
How did I miss that?
Yeah, because you been hating. Your eyes blind with hate.
man,
when
I
your
can't
eyes filled with hate, your heart filled with hate, get it out.
I can't wait. Listen, I'm going to start calling you at home quarter by quarter.
So, Michael Rapaport, all the blind witnesses want to sweep this under Shannon's carpet over there. But you realize in Game 7 against the Pacers, the lowly Pacers, it's going to the wire. And the Cavs are up 1 point with 1 minute left in the third quarter. And LeBron inexplicably, mysteriously just says, I'm out, and he walks to the locker room.
Yep.
He comes back 5 clock minutes later.
Yeah.
And guess what? The lead has ballooned up to 12 in his absence. Kevin Love made 2 threes and a mid-range jump shot. Way to go, Kevin
If
Love.
you don't mind me asking, had LeBron not been in that series, are the Cavaliers in the playoffs, or do they get to a Game 7 without LeBron?
They don't even make it to the playoffs.
Okay, then thank you.
He's
So
a
that-
very, very, very great player.
Don't say very. Don't say, you ain't got to say very.
He's
Say
the
go.
MVP. Listen, he's the MVP of the season. You know what I don't understand? Why was it okay to hate Larry Bird? Why is it okay to hate Tom Brady? But nobody could have problems with LeBron James. This guy needs so much coddling. He brings so much drama and this fake camaraderie. Remember when Jordan Clarkson, Larry Nance Jr. and Hood came and they were dancing and everybody? This is his fault. David Blatt was sent out of Cleveland like a bad episode.
He
of
shouldn't
a
have
Showtime.
got the job anyway.
Well, why not? He should have Ty Lue. Ty Lue, we don't know if this guy could coach. We don't even know if he is the coach.
Well, how do we know Phil Jackson can coach without 4 of the top 10 players to ever play? How do we know?
It's not a
how
coincidence.
How do we know Pat Riley can coach without 5 Hall of Famers? How do we know?
We'll see what
Exactly.
We're going to see what Ty Lue is made of next season.
Great players make great coaches make great players better.
Listen.
So to say how do we know Steve Kerr can coach?
We don't.
I mean, he just got 4 Hall of Famers. He got 4 All-Stars.
He drafted those 3 guys.
He ain't drafted nobody.
They drafted
Mark
those 3 guys.
Mark Jackson had them players there before Steve Kerr got
But
there.
the GM drafted. Listen, the party's over. Okay, and you know what another thing?
Party ain't even started yet.
This is another thing. This is a similarity between Michael Jordan and LeBron. Michael Jordan, he waited till he retired to become a bad executive. LeBron James invented the player executive, and he's doing a terrible job at it. That's your guy.
That's a good point.
Hold on.
Yeah, way to
It's not
go. Scored
LeBron.
again.
It's not LeBron's fault.
Oh, yes, it is
That he
all
has
his
all this
fault.
power. How do you get power? He can't take it. He don't know.
They're afraid he's going to leave. They're like,
Exactly.
Yeah, and he's going to come out here. He's going to be right. He's going to and you could go and you could bring the pom poms in the cheerleading because he's going to do the. I don't know what he's going to
moving
do.
in my neighborhood.
Shannon Sharpe,
Yeah.
I need your final revised prediction on this series. Cavs in what?
7.
7. You're going all the way to 7.
7.
That means the Celtics are going to win another game here
Yeah.
somewhere along the
But I tell you what, they're not winning one in Cleveland.
How many more trips to the locker room will he need to get to
He
game
might
7?
need 15. Okay. But I tell you what, he's going to come out and stand on that podium, winning the Eastern Conference champ.
I'll be back here with that, and you start tidying up.
You know what?
my friend?
Custard said the same thing. I'll be back. He went up to Little Bighorn and
He
they
did not say that. He did not say that.
No mercy. Last night, the NBA announced the MVP finalists, and they are James Harden, LeBron James, and Anthony Davis. Harden led the league this season at over 30 points per game, and LeBron averaged about 28, 9, and 9 this season. The winner will be announced late June. Shannon, keep it real.
Keep it very real.
Who should win?
I'm going to keep it all the way 100 with you, Skip. LeBron James, and it should be unanimous.
Are you serious?
Absolutely, for certain.
Have you completely lost all perspective?
No. I feel very comfortable in saying this. I feel real good about where I'm on, where I am in this position. Skip, think about it. LeBron took a team that won 51 games last year with Kyrie Irving to a team minus Kyrie and a injured Isaiah Thomas and Jay Crowder to 50 wins this year. I mean, how did James Harden become the MVP when he adds a Hall of Famer, All NBA, all-star point guard. How? Because this is what we know. Without Chris Paul, they were 15-8. That would have been a 53-win pace. With Chris Paul, they're 50-8. So he adds Chris Paul, wins 10 more games. LeBron loses Kyrie Irving, loses one less game, and James Harden is more. So James Harden becomes more valuable once he added Chris Paul. Where and who does that make sense to, Skip? You and I both know LeBron James is the MVP. Without LeBron James, the Cavaliers are a lottery team. Without James Harden, the Houston Rockets are a playoff team, even in the West.
Interesting. I'm sorry, but this is not even close, and you made a fine case. I know you had a lot of help with it.
I have no help. It's all me.
What's my favorite stat in basketball? PER. It says it all just the way QBR says it all about quarterback play. James Harden led the NBA. LeBron James was third in the NBA. James Harden led the NBA in scoring. LeBron James was third in the NBA in scoring. James, well, wait, we got to go to defense because defense counts. I know in the GOAT discussion, the blind witnesses out there, they just eliminate defense. It doesn't count. But I'm going to count it in the MVP debate here because James Harden really improved. He worked hard to improve on defense, and he vaulted all the way up to 37th in individual defensive win shares this year because Houston was much better on defense than they have been in his past years.
Ariza,
Tucker. 37th, and LeBron plummeted all the way to 309th, which was the worst defensive year by far
If
he's
you don't
ever
mind me
had.
asking, do you feel comfortable in saying that James Harden is a better individual defender than LeBron James? Do you feel comfortable saying that?
He played much
No,
better
I'm just
defense.
asking. No, I don't. No,
I told you, LeBron just quit trying to play defense.
Skip, and
I
remember-
don't care. It's how you perform. That's the MVP.
See, that's the biggest fallacy, Skip, right there. Because you add Tucker, you have Ariza, you have Capella, you have PJ Tucker. So you have four guys that are elite level defenders, and James Harden get clumped into that. Because you see what happened with Steph?
Yeah, James Harden has to defend a lot of point guards.
And he be getting cooked. He be cooking them, but they
So
be cooking him.
LeBron James, in a 19-game stretch from Christmas to February 6th, had an abysmal, unbelievably bad plus-minus when you're on the court. What's the score of your team, right? He was minus 147, which was the worst in the entire National Basketball Association for 19 games. So you're disqualified right off the bat there.
No, stop it.
Because that is just horrendous. He had his worst plus-minus season of his career since his rookie year. In plus-minus overall, it was 147. He tied with Marcin Gortat. Really? That's all you got? That's 96th?
Think about it. So let that sink in. Martin Gortat and LeBron James had the same plus-minus.
Yeah.
And
Ranked 96th?
Where is Gortat's team?
Huh. Well, I don't know. Where's
So
LeBron's team?
they play in the Eastern Conference Finals.
So James Harden had the best plus-minus of his career of plus 523, which is just staggering to me. And remember, Chris Paul missed 24 games this year, and they still won the most games, 65 games.
But here's the thing, though, Skip. Is it a coincidence that he has his best plus-minus ever the year he gets a Hall of Fame point guard?
I don't know.
Could that be?
Again,
Is there any correlation?
He missed 24 games, and that PER stat just screams that he had the best overall year.
Actually, he missed
basketball.
23 games, and they were 15-8.
I got 24.
Okay, well, so what? Okay, if they're 16-8, I give them that. So they won more games. 16-8.
Yeah.
16-8 without Chris Paul. Now LeBron James win one fewer game without Kyrie.
You know, it's an interesting question that you ask. Is LeBron individually a better defender than James Harden?
Yes.
Well, sure, in a vacuum, hypothetically.
In a vacuum, in a gym, on the blacktop.
Once upon a time.
In a phone booth.
He should be 10 times better than James Harden on defense, but he doesn't even try on defense anymore, and you defend it.
Because guess what?
You accept it.
Guess what happens? Because James Harden doesn't have to do it. Guess why James Harden got to be a little better defensively? Because Chris Paul can handle some of the assisting. Clint Capella can handle some of the rebounding. Ariza, PJ Tucker, y'all handle that defense. LeBron. So I'm going to ask you a question, if you don't mind me asking.
But wait a second. James Harden led the league in scoring, so he's doing a whole lot of work on offense, wouldn't you say?
LeBron, who led? Where was James Harden in rebounding? Where was he on his team in rebounding?
Well, he's the point guard.
What
It's
about
not like
assists?
he's Russell Westbrook.
Whoa. We're factoring all this into the equation. We're trying to get the MVP, Skip, which means the most valuable player. And I don't care about his position. I just need to know. Where was he is rebounding on his team? Where was he at?
He had 10 last night. That's pretty good, right?
Skip, why you keep doing that? Why you want
saying.
to? Okay, you love.
I got PER. What's it tell you? He was the best player.
Who's leading in PR?
Right.
Who's leading in PR right now in the playoffs?
Well, his team is 0-2.
Whoa,
That's what it is.
Skip.
Yeah.
James Harden team is 1-1, and they play 2 games at home. Let's see what my team record will
Well,
be.
I don't remember. This is a regular season award, so we cannot be prisoner of the moment of.
You just told me-
James went 3 for 15 last night.
well, you
that
just-
has nothing to do with it.
I just asked you. I said, well, where did James Harden finish with rebounding on his team?
Yeah.
You told me he had 10 last night.
He did.
So you factored that. Hold on. So if I can't factor in anything that LeBron has done in the playoffs, you
So-
can't factor those 10 rebounds.
I will bet you 2 cases of Diet Mountain Dew that James Harden wins the MVP. Want to take it?
It's a flawed system.
it's a flawed
A lot of your
system.
buddies are writing, and you know them, and so you might have some inside information.
Oh, I don't
but
think I
everybody
need
knows. Everybody knows the real MVP.
Nobody
The
knows.
most valuable player
Is James
is one LeBron Ramon James, born to Gloria James.
No mercy. Next up, Bleacher Report graded every NFL team this offseason, and we've got bad news for Cowboys fans. Your team got a D. They said Dallas had a solid draft class, but the release of Des Bryant, retirement of Jason Witten, and lack of cap space all played factors in the low grade. So, Shannon, do you agree?
I'm getting married. I do. I do.
Are you really?
Because everybody in the AFC East got B's. Every other team got B's except your team.
Oh, well, congratulations on your marriage.
Yeah, I'm getting married to this story right here.
Who's the lucky lady? I don't
Be beating up the Cowboys
Yeah,
again.
right, okay.
First of all, Skip, look, I get it. Jason Witten was not that guy anymore, and we both knew Des Bryant best days were behind him. But here's the thing. You got to replace him with something, not just a body. Alan Hearns, I don't care. He's not an upgrade over Dez. We keep talking about Rico Gathers, and he had a great preseason last year, Skip. But do we really know what he's going to be? You said he had a serious head. He missed the whole. He was on IR because he got a concussion.
He did.
So we
it
don't.
was beyond a concussion. It was a serious head injury.
Okay, so we don't know.
We don't know.
How he's going to come back
He's
from
been
that.
tweeting that he's 100%, but go ahead.
Maybe the Cowboys are saying, you know what? We get Zeke back, that's like a draft pick. We get a healthy Tyron Smith back, that's a draft pick. We got Cam Fleming from the Patriots. We're going to put him at right tackle. We're going to kick Lyle Collins to his natural position.
They are.
Maybe those are draft picks.
Yep.
Maybe that's how Jerry's looking at it.
He is.
But the way these people are looking at it, the draft, the picks that you actually selected
Yep.
and what you've replaced a lot of the guys that walked out of that door with, D. Now, there are a couple of teams that got D's. One team got an F. I agree with that one, too. The Raiders. You got on black today. So, obviously, you're going to be in mourning about these Cowboys getting this good old D. It don't feel good, do it?
No, it doesn't. But I do agree with it, mostly. I told you, I thought the whole free agency period was one big yawn. I told you
Love
that.
it.
And I told you the draft was one big, long yawn. Not one pick made me say, oh, wow. Oh, that could be interesting, yeah. So they swung and missed at Sammy Watkins, who would have been the replacement, obviously, for Des Bryant. And I don't know what happened, but they said they were in the Derby and they lost. Usually, Jerry, when he wants his man, he gets his man. So I don't know how
Roy
hard they
Williams,
went after
Joy
him.
Galloway.
I agree. And then they acquired the artist formerly known as Tavon Austin, and I'm not sure that's Tavon Austin anymore. I just don't know who he is. So
Skip, the creative mind of Sean McVay could not find a way to get Tavon Austin on the field and get plays out of him. But Scott Linehan will.
probably not.
Okay.
Okay. So now I'm going to raise it to a D+ because of what you brought up. Cameron Fleming is pretty good, and he didn't require a lot of money. They're paying him like $3.5 million on a one-year deal, but he started a bunch of games at right tackle, and he started 4 games at left tackle for the New England Patriots and Tom Brady. And he was a 4th-round pick out of Stanford. He's a Texas kid originally from the Houston area. So I think this is a really good fit to put him at right tackle, and Lyle moves back to natural position. And you still have three of the best other offensive linemen in football. Did they underachieve last year? Yes, they did. Can Tyron Smith get and stay healthy? I don't know.
I don't know either.
I don't know. But if he does, you're going to be in some trouble.
Yeah.
Because he is simply the best. He's definitely the best run-blocking left tackle in football.
He's a top 3, top 4 left tackle in
Yeah.
all of football. The question
Yeah.
is, Skip, because we've seen these injuries start to mount for him as he starts to age. And the one thing we
He's
know
not
about the
that
back,
old. He's
No,
not-
but
yeah.
it's the wear and tear that he's
Yep.
the mileage that's on his body.
Yep.
And backs don't get healthier as you age, Skip.
Probably not, but you never know. So, again, best case scenario for this team, because here if you look at what is there as opposed to what didn't get acquired, I still say he's the best running back in football. You say he's second best, whatever, but I'll take first best.
Okay.
Is he going to stay out of trouble? I don't know. If he does, you're in trouble. And I still say the quarterback is a top 5 quarterback. And
Stop
I'm
it,
going
Skip.
off QBR, and he was 3rd as a rookie and 4th last year in a year in which you gave him an F. I think he's top 5. We'll see. I think he's going to have a bounce back kind of year because he lost all of his weapons and much of his offensive line. So all of a sudden, you could have the best offensive line in football back intact.
Right.
And
But you got to throw it to somebody.
okay, all right.
Who gonna
But,
catch
but
it?
you can hand it to a lot of people. And you brought up Rico Gathers. He is a monster. We saw it in the preseason.
Yeah.
And I think they're quietly banking on him being beyond Jason Witten as a target because he's a basketball player from Baylor, 6 feet 6 inches tall, and he can run a little bit.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll be an upgrade, not in sort of intangibles or leadership. Obviously, you can't replace Jason Witten there, but maybe he'll be a little more explosive player at tight end,
Skip,
right?
you and I both know you're not running your back. They ran their way to those titles back in the 90s. You're not running your way to a title now. You better have a quarterback that can throw it. Now, I like Dak, and I believe he will continue to improve. But you and I both know he's not a top 5 quarterback as we currently talk about this topic. But do I believe he'll be better than he was last year? Absolutely, because he strikes me as a man, a young man that will get into the lab, see what he did wrong, see how team defensive tried to take what they tried to take away from him, and he will build on that. But you're asking an awful lot. You're like, okay, Tyron Smith's going to be healthy. Ezekiel Elliott, I don't believe Zeke will get in trouble. I hope he doesn't get in trouble. But the problem that you guys have, Skip, is your depth. If somebody, like I said, okay, so Sean Lee goes out. You counting on Esch? What's his name? Leighton Vander Esch. Vander Esch. I mean, that don't sound like a linebacker name.
It doesn't sound like a football player, but go ahead.
I mean, it's like Lewis or Urlacher or Butkus or Nitsky. It doesn't Singletary. Vander Esch.
Leighton Vander Esch? Didn't he go to Harvard or something?
Yeah. So you guys don't have any depth. I still don't believe in your secondary. You should have gave up that 2nd round pick that got Earl Thomas, because Earl Thomas can change it, because he like good makeup, Joe. That old Mac, I'll go to that old Mac counter, cover up all them blemishes.
Maybe it'll still happen. Still out there.
No,
Still
he ain't
possible.
come. Nope.
You don't know.
Nope, because you didn't want to do it. So now Earl is going bye-bye. He's going back to Seattle.
Well, maybe not. Still out there.
What you
Still
know?
on the back burner.
What you trying to say, Skip?
I'm not saying anything.
Yeah, you are saying
I'm
something.
saying it's not over. That deal's not kaput yet. It's
Ah.
still percolating.
Oh, so
Yeah.
you are insider now, huh?
No, I'm not. I'm just telling you it's still got some potential. Maybe not high potential, but some potential. Which brings me to my defense. They did re-sign Demarcus Lawrence Taylor.
Yeah.
And he is one of the best pass rushers
He
in
is.
pro football. And David Irving, if he can stay out of trouble, which is debatable, he is a monster in the middle of that defensive line. And I think one of the more underrated interior linemen in football.
So let me ask you this.
Yeah.
You believe Demarcus Lawrence is a contract year, or this is who he is? Because we've seen guys play really, really well, Joe, in that contract year. Woo! Guy get 100 catches, get like 12, 15 sacks,
Yep.
get like 8, 9 picks, rush for 12, 1,300 yards in that contract year. So is it the contract year, or is this more of who he actually is?
I don't know. That's a good, fair question. We will see what we will see. My gut feeling is, because I've seen lots of flashes from him last year, I think he's going to be a stud pass rusher for the next 3 or 4 years. And that brings me to the best linebacker in football, Sean Lee. And
Stop! Skip, why you do that?
He's the best linebacker
No,
in
he's
football.
not.
Yes,
he's
he
not
is.
better than Kuechly.
You know,
he's not better than
he is.
Wagner.
He's better than both of them. He's smarter than both of them. He roams better. He is.
First of all,
stud.
Kuechly went to Boston College. You know what it takes to get into Boston College?
You know what it takes to get into Penn State?
Yeah, be able to run fast and jump high.
It's linebacker you.
It is.
They learn to be linebackers.
Whoa, stop.
Yeah.
He's not no Jack Ham. He's not in that.
I think he is.
See, Skip, why?
Hey,
you,
I think he is.
See, Skip, you
Really
see,
good.
you that one, Joey. He that one friend.
No,
you know,
I'm
you
just
playing
telling
jokes. You're like,
I'm
okay,
just
you like,
telling you.
and he all, and you throwing water balloons, and then he comes with a trash can of water when you sleep and dump it on your head.
Well, I mean, what was their record without Sean Lee?
1-5.
Did it?
And the one was against.
How long has Sean Lee been there?
The one was against Kirk Cousins. So you know how that.
Sean Lee's been there
So
like
it was
8
basically
years.
a gimme.
Yes, it's
One
like
year.
a,
Sean Lee's been there 8 years. They won one playoff game, Skip.
Yep.
So what was going on?
And just remember, all those kids they drafted in the secondary, they were all rookies last
Yeah.
year. They're all sophomores this year.
What did they have a sophomore slump?
I don't know.
Uh,
what
yeah,
if they
you-
figure it out? I kind of like my
You know,
defense.
you're doing a lot of what ifs.
You know,
what if Zeke stays out of trouble? What if Tyron Smith's back is healthy?
All I
What
got to
if-
tell you is, if those things happen,
See?
if all the things go right that went wrong last year, this team could easily go 10-6. That's a conservative estimate, and it's definitely going to be a playoff
Yeah.
team. And you're going to owe me another case of Diet Dew.
I had a dog one time, Joy. If he had a square butt, he pooped blocks.
Right.
But it was round, so we already know.
Well, sometimes you just need a little bit of luck, you know?
Oh, whoa. The Dallas Cowboys need luck? Not America's team.
Everybody needs a little
No,
luck.
need no luck.
Need a little break.
Amundsen said victory awaits the man who has everything in order.
Who's Amundsen?
Luck. You know who Amundsen is. Oh, you're an English major. Don't know Amundsen?
No mercy. The Eagles beat the Patriots in the Super Bowl back in February, and offensive lineman Lane Johnson is still talking trash to New England. After that game, he said the Patriots were a fear-based organization, and they did not look like a fun team to play for. Earlier this week, he took more shots at them. Let's take a listen.
Here's what pissed me off is, the Patriots, obviously, I respect their coach, I respect Bill, I respect Tom Brady, but just because the way they won the Super Bowls, the Patriot way, is that how everybody else is supposed to do the same thing? No, it's not. I got mad at the arrogance by them. There's obviously some stuff behind closed doors. Their owner talked to our owner. Bill talked to our head coach for the game. I'm not going to say it, but, a lot of kind of built up to that. And I just got tired of hearing about it, man.
Michael Rapaport is still with us. Lane taking a little page out of your trash talking book, never giving up.
Well, he says that irritated him. You know what irritates me as a fan? Offensive tackles that use PEDs. That irritates me.
Whoa,
I like it.
That irritates me. No, whoa.
Boom.
That irritates me because my man had one suspension lifted.
did.
He had another suspension for 10 games. He should keep his mouth shut. Okay, and I'm going to sit here and say, I can't stand the Patriots. I've been on this show many times.
Yes.
Year after year after year after year. I thought they were done when my Giants beat them the first time. I thought they were done when my Giants beat them the second time. I thought they were done when they didn't make the Super Bowl. I thought they were done last year. Lane Johnson could sit there and talk about this. Everybody could talk about that. I could say boo-hoo-hoo and the Patriots way and this, that, and the other. You got a problem with them? Beat them. Nobody's going to be talking about the Philadelphia Eagles in 2 seasons.
Yes, they will.
They're not doing what the Patriots. We're not going to be discussing them in 18 years.
No.
So the thing is like, listen, we could sit here and talk about how irritating they are and how arrogant they are. I'd be arrogant too if I've been rocking in professional football for 18 years. They have a right to be arrogant, and I can't stand it.
No, they don't.
Yes, they
You're supposed
do.
to show humility.
You're not supposed to show
Be
you
humble.
But a guy who was suspended for PEDs shouldn't be saying anything. You won, keep it moving, and let me get a little pee sample, homeboy. Let me get a pee sample before you start talking.
Yeah, I hear you.
I disagree with him. I love Lane Johnson. I told you, order me a 65 jersey to go with my Carson Wentz jersey.
Yep.
11.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because he's upset because you happen to be in that division with the Eagles. And Carson Wentz isn't going anywhere, and your quarterback had his best days years ago.
We got one more run.
And your quarterback got a
He's coming, man.
He ain't coming nowhere.
Yeah, he is.
And it's true. Everything Lane Johnson said is true. They are arrogant. Oh, and they're robotic. Because you ask one guy the question, you ask the 15th guy the same question, he's going to give you the same answer. No personality. The only person that got personality in that locker room is Gronk. That's why I like Gronk. because Gronk bucked the system. I like guys that
The
buck
guy
the
you said was the greatest tight end ever. You said that.
He might be one day. Right now, I currently sit on that throne. So
I'm not going to argue
That's
that.
not what I remember
But
you saying one day. But go
I
ahead.
said had he won the Super Bowl, I might have to give him some kudos. It's hard though, Skip. They won the Super Bowl without him. But I did get hurt in the first Super Bowl, so they kind of won without me too. But that's not here nor there. That's not here nor there.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Big of you to admit that.
I got hurt early on, but I got him to the 1 yard line. I got to do something. But anyway, Skip, stop trying to make me lose my train of thought.
Yeah.
I love everything Lane Johnson said. They was talking crap because I can imagine what they said. Mr. Kraft probably told Mr. Lurie, hey, you guys have had a great season. We ain't played the game, so basically it's good for y'all to get here, but we gonna wax y'all. Coach Belichick probably said, oh, Doug, you're doing a great job. Great team you got there. Congratulations on the season you had.
Yeah.
Oh, really? He probably wouldn't hold look at guys. They already congratulating us on the season. But what they're trying to say is that they're going to beat our bus, but we've had a great season thus far. Let's go ahead and give it to them. 1, 2, 3, break. And that's what they did. They wiped the floor with them.
They didn't wipe anything. What was the score of that
Whoa,
game? They didn't wipe anything.
If your team picks second in the NFL draft, I don't want to hear you say foot or ball for the remaining of the show. Your turn, Skip.
Football. I'm saying it. It's 41-33 because Bill Belichick sabotaged Tom Brady by not playing his best defensive player, Malcolm Butler, the entire game.
Patriot way.
So Lane Johnson had the audacity in his 15 minutes of fame that are about to run out.
I wouldn't even say 15, about
maybe
11.
13. Okay, 11.
Maybe 10 for the amount of games he was suspended for
That is
PEDs.
correct.
Stop it.
He said, I saw a Patriots defense that wasn't overly talented. It's because he didn't see Malcolm Butler for reasons I still don't understand, and Tom Brady still does not understand, that you suddenly doghouse that guy who played 98% of your snaps during the regular season and you don't play him one snap in the Super Bowl?
Skip, he didn't say they weren't good. He said they weren't over-talented. They don't have a guy on that defense that's probably top 6, top 7 at any position on that defense. Name a guy that's top 6 or 7 on that entire defense.
Okay, but Malcolm Butler's top 10 cornerback.
Okay.
And at his position, he is the most talented player on the defense at his position.
I thought you liked
would-
Gilmore.
I don't know. He comes and goes. He was the hottest cornerback on the market.
Right.
I'll take Malcolm Butler over
Okay.
Stephon Gilmore. As a playmaker, as a ball hawk, didn't catch balls that hit in his hands all the time, but did he not make the greatest defensive play in the history of the Super Bowl?
In the history of in the NFL.
Okay. All right. So could he have not made 1 or 2 plays?
Yes, he could have.
On the backup quarterback
Well,
who
hold
put
on.
up 41 points?
Is that the Patriot way?
That's
Coach
it.
Belichick does what he wants to do
Hey,
when he
listen,
wants to do it.
I said, listen, I rooted for the Eagles. It was just against my nature, just like it's against my nature to root for the Celtics. I rooted for the Eagles to beat the Patriots. That's how much I hate the Patriots. But this guy, I don't know what he's talking about. It's like, continue to do it. They've been doing it for 18 years, so we can sit here and hate, and we don't like it. Do something about it,
He
homie.
did.
Okay?
He did it.
And in order to keep talking, you got to keep coming back and doing it.
They did what many thought couldn't be done.
And they won it, so let's see what happens.
but-
4 years, they won't even be discussion. This team will be broken up just like the Seattle Seahawks. We thought they were going to be
No. What you call broke that up? Pete Carroll broke that team up.
It's always this, that, and the other. I'm saying the only ones who've been able to do this for whatever reason are the Patriots.
But the Patriot way won them a Super Bowl. Because how did Malcolm Butler get inserted into the game in Super Bowl 49? Because Kyle Arrington, was struggling.
Struggling. He was getting roasted.
Exactly. So now they insert Malcolm Butler, who only played 18 snaps. But you don't remember those snaps. You remember that one play, the previous, because he's about to be the GOAT, Skip, because remember the guy caught the ball off his back, got up, and he tackled him at like the 5-yard line.
Yep.
That's the Patriots way.
Maybe
and he got tired of hearing it.
He transcended the Patriot way. He made a play outside the system.
Well, hey, he got tired of hearing about the Patriots way. I used to get tired of my teachers because my brother was 3 years older than me, Joey. Why you can't be quiet like your brother Sterling? Because I ain't Sterling. And I'm going to be disruptive. And now that you said that, I'm going to be more disruptive.
the more talented Sharpe. I mean, Sterling was a way better player. Let's be honest.
True.
I mean, it's
He was.
way better player.
But I
thought he was pretty outspoking.
No.
I thought he was
He's
pretty.
just I just know he was a better player.
He tried to be studious. He tried to make me look bad by being all quiet and do his homework. Because he knew I was coming down the pipeline and I wasn't going to do no homework and I was going to be bad.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Interesting. So my bottom line on Lane is that he should stay in his lane and realize just how lucky they were last year to get out of the NFC East, because what happened? Let's do the truth of the NFC East
They're the
last
best team.
year. The Giants were decimated. Right?
Yes.
Everybody got hurt.
Everybody.
It was
Saquon's in the house.
Yeah, Saquon's in the house.
Really?
Saquon is in the house.
What happened to the Washington Redskins? They were a disaster last year. What happened to my Cowboys? Zeke gone for 6 games. Sean Lee gone for 6 games. Everything went wrong. Ty Smith got hurt. Everything went wrong that could have gone wrong, and they go 9-7 with everything gone wrong. And all of a sudden, the Eagles get to emerge and get home field out of the NFC East. So it was just one of those meant-to-be lucky years, and he's spouting off
Watch
against
they
the
follow it
Patriots.
up. They're going to follow it up
They are
again.
not
what?
And you're going to make another excuse, talk about
I
what
don't
the
want
Giants
to.
did this.
Saquon's in the house. So you're expecting the Philadelphia Eagles are going to the Super Bowl this year again?
I don't care if y'all got Charles Barkley in the house.
Okay, but are the Philadelphia Eagles going to win the
They're
Super
going to
Bowl?
win the NFC East. Is that the division the Giants are in? Is that the division the Cowboys are in? They will win the division over your team and your team.
No, they not. No, they not.
Y'all gonna be next to last.
No.
Because I think Washington gonna be last. No. I take that back. Y'all will be third.
Eli will rise
Cowboys
once
will be
more.
last.
There will be
Cowboys
one more rising for
Cowboys will
Eli.
finish last. We already got a case of due.
Listen, I'm trying to stay focused on the teams I hate. Patriots being one, Cowboys being second. But I'm letting you know the Philadelphia Eagles, they shouldn't be talking until they run it.
When the Giants run it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying no one is in the league of the Patriots. I'm saying I thought we had them killed the last time we beat them. They keep coming back. It's like Jason. It's like a horror movie. It never ends.
When are y'all gonna get back? First of all, when y'all getting back to the Super Bowl?
Listen, we're gonna be better this year than we were last year. What is your team, man? What is your team?
Well, he doesn't really have a team. Sometimes it's the
Super Bowl 50.
Broncos.
Who won Super Bowl 50?
Right now it's the Eagles, but it's not really
Who
the
won
Eagles.
Super Bowl 50?
They did.
The Broncos did.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's my team.
Oh.
Oh.
But you haven't mentioned the Broncos. You've
But
been
right now
spouting
it's the Eagles because the Eagles
So
won.
do you realize that the quarterback you love, walk it to him wins?
Yep.
Is the backup quarterback?
Yeah.
Do you realize
What's he gonna do?
Nick
He gonna
Foles?
start.
Nick Foles was the Super Bowl MVP. What are you going to do about that? There's no way Carson Wentz would have played that well.
Nick Foles got a surface with his name on it. Hey, Carson, did you see this right here? Yeah, that's what he's going to be talking about on the sideline. Yeah.
We'll
with
see
a
how
headset.
long that works.
Yeah.
Oh, first of all, look, your quarterback, you know your quarterback's done.
No, he ain't. You got one more, the rising of Eli. Saquon's in the house.
Oh,
ODB's in the house.
I don't care if you got the book of Eli. It's over. O-B-A.
I don't agree.
Over.
I don't agree. Those tears
And
last
you're
year.
going to regret not taking a quarterback.
Well, no, we're next year we'll get a quarterback. We're good right now. We got one more run with Eli. He's got that grit. You know about that Manning grit.
I'm about to file a lawsuit, too, because I got a fake jersey and a fake helmet, Skip. Since you bring it up stuff. Yeah.
That's
Wow.
a deep dig.
Wow.
I'm telling everything I know.
Wow.
I'm finna pull a Michael Cohen.
Wow.
I ain't going to jail for nobody.
Wow. He just pulled he's still talking about jerseys. And, man, are we still on the air?
Yeah, we on
Yeah,
there.
we
You
are.
talk about my man Lane Johnson.
Yeah,
How about
sometimes
Your
that?
man,
Your man Lane Johnson.
Yeah, we gotta leave it there, Michael.
He's on that
Thanks for joining
jungle
us.
juice, your man Lane Johnson.
Thanks for listening to the Undisputed Podcast. I'm Joy Taylor. Keep an eye out for a weekend edition of the podcast tomorrow morning featuring the best discussions and segments from this week. We'll be back with more Undisputed on Monday morning at the same time, 9:30 Eastern. Have a great weekend, everyone.
Fox Sports 1 of 1.